And these chip bags never seem to open properly. I think I need to adjust a little, though. I think I need to adjust, people. Welcome in to the art stream. I'm your host, Calhoun Rose, Axel Ross. You know, just I might need to pull this hair out of my face when we actually get going, but pretty excited, folks. It's also snack time. I brought some chips and some salsa, and we're going to be eating that. Pretty excited. You're on the lifeboat, folks, and we are going to try novel experiences today. I've never painted before, really, outside of like your regular elementary school painting. So I bought some acrylic paints. I have taken the liberty right here of pre-painting. I know it kind of looks black to you guys, but it's a really dark blue. And we're going to be painting a moonlit scene of some sort. Maybe it went too dark, but whatever. We're gonna roll with it. I think that's part of acrylic painting, is rolling with it. I have here some primary colors, some white and some black, and a weird froggy green, and we have some gold and some silver we'll bust out later for some highlighting. Posted my setup on community side of the channel, says others restrained. Fantastic. I'm going to have to check that out. I did not do a ton of research before jumping into this. I watched a 5-minute video on beginner acrylic painting tricks, tips. Maybe I need some light on my face, huh? Hold on. I was hoping to do this earlier in the day. Hold on. That's not so bad, huh? This wig has totally been to Burning Man. I tried to de-dust it. We'll see how well that worked out. Kevin Hawthorne, good morning. Good afternoon, I guess. Charlie Mullins, Ben Baconbits, Body Illusion, the newest nut. What's going on, folks? Other Restrained, Surviving Together. Good to see you guys. Kristen Melinda in the house. What's going on, crew? Yeah, we're going to do some painting today. You're going to do some painting. Millie the Dandelion. All right. Let me get my bearings here. I'm going to mix some colors. Novel experiences, though. This is, in a nutshell, a novel experience, right? I mean, my chips and dip are going to get in the way. Novel experiences are really good, especially on the road to recovery, in the sense that they cause your brain to release its own endorphins. And it causes your brain to flip that switch that says, oh, I like this, which is something we sorely need in recovery, especially in early recovery, when I feel like I say this every day. I probably do. Especially when, we just stopped using what we have been using to flip that switch, right? We just quit drinking, or we just quit whatever our DOC, our drug of choice, was. We've cut that out, right? So now how are we going to flip that switch? Well, we need to find fun things to do. And that is part of what this is. We're going to try new things together. I've never done this. This is novel. So I'm about to flip that switch. I'm going to quit snapping at you, I promise. But I'm going to flip that switch for myself right now. And I bet you I'm going to like it. I really enjoyed painting this whole thing a very, very dark blue. So let's put something nicer on it, huh? Got some paint brushes here. I'm thinking we'll start with the moon. I wonder, this probably still has blue on it. Let's use this one. I'm going to go ahead and get me not small but not large, kind of in the middle brush. And we're going to go with, I think, a yellow, and we're going to water it down with some white, or maybe the other way around. We're going to see how that goes. And kind of get I want it to be like a nice pale moon. So I was considering using like a really light blue one of the techniques in this 5-minute video I watched was called glazing. And apparently after I let it dry, so if I were to take another color now and kind of water it down with either water or there are glazing agents or something. There's like certain stuff you can use, but you can just water down the color and then paint it on, and it will kind of tint whatever you have there. So maybe I could tint like a cream colored moon with some very, very light blue, right? And make it look like one of those really blue, pale moonlit nights. Yes, I'm using my teeth. Can't think of a better name. What's going on? How you doing? Good to see you. I did not open my paints. Probably would have been a cool thing to do before you guys were here. Anyways, I'm going to take some of this yellow. I'm going to put it here on my palette. I wonder how much. Let's do a little. Some of this white. Going to need a cloth as well. So I've got water for my brush. I've got a bunch of paints. I've got the canvas. And I've got a cloth to be wiping my brush, my fingers. These are the things you'll need. I guess I should say that, huh? I'm going to put a little white down. What am I doing here? As such, you can't see the white, but it's in there. Oh, yeah, you can. Okay. I'm going to wet my brush. I don't know if I need to do that or not, but I'm doing it. And I think I'm going to tint the white a little yellow. I think that's what we're going to go for. Honestly, it might be better if I do it right here, huh? That's what this second camera is for. That might be very nice. I like that. All right, so now that I like that, I'm going to put more white down and we're going to put more yellow in it. One thing I am learning very quickly is that I'm going to need a lot more paint than I actually have. But good thing I got very small canvases, huh? Might have put too much in this tiny little pocket here. But that's a part of the experience. Almost there, almost there, almost there. Just a little bit more yellow. We're going to go outside of the realm of realism a little bit because it'll help me accept whatever happens. Is the audio good? Video good? Let's get a 5x5 before we get too into this. All right, so now I have my moon color. The trip's captain, what's going on? Been watching for 8 seconds and already this is epic. Let's go. I'm really excited about this, guys. Novel experiences. We're doing something new. We're going to flip that switch in our brain that says this feels good. And we're going to do it without drugs and alcohol. I'll tell you what. I tell you what. All right, so I was debating between a cornered moon and a centered moon, and I think I decided I'm going to center the moon. So and I don't want to smash the brush. When I was a kid, I was a brush smasher. It was my favorite thing to do. That's what my brain was like, this happens when I do this. And I would always smash the brush. That's not what we're doing. We're just kind of stroking back and forth. And I don't know how I'm going to deal with not having sharp edges when I want them, but I guess we'll have some acceptance and some technique somewhere down the line, huh? But right now we're going to roll with acceptance. And it's okay if you have variation in color. That's part of the fun. And I'll probably come back later and blend that so it doesn't look so funky. But we have a kind of centered, kind of moon. And we're going to come back later and put some craters in it and give it a face. You know, maybe he'll be eating some cheese. I don't know. It'll be fun, though. All right. So now I'm going to play with some light. We're going to start making some waves, I think. We'll have like a... I was debating on putting a beach in or not, but I think I'm just going to have water. We're going to make a little reflection. And I wonder where to start with that. Because so basically this is going to dry now, right? And then we'll come back when it's dry and boop, 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 hit it with some more shit. Pardon me, some more stuff. And yeah, so that's going to be our base for our moon. I'm okay with that. I accept this. I'm going to rinse off my brush. I'm going to mix up probably some light blue. And also I will use this cream color for, or I'll use a different tint of this cream color that we used for the moon. I'll use that for some foam as well. Crests of the waves. So I guess this brush can probably be used for white and blue stuff in the future until I hit it with soap. Because I'm lazy, I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to hit some comments real quick. I was always bad about forgetting to clean the brushes after painting when I was a kid. After drying them, they became sticks. Yeah, I can relate with this. I have this experience as well. Thank you for the 5x5, Ben. Jeremy Fowler, what's going on? Camera setup's great. Robin Miners, bleached blonde bimbo painter. Is that me? Am I a bimbo? A bimbo painter? What is our choice of music today, Cap? I'm listening to Whitechapel right now. I was listening to the Acacia Strain earlier with some funky slow metal. But yeah, metal is my creative space today. Can you hear it is the question, because that's not necessarily a good thing. Takara texted me, please hold. Must see what she has to say. Now we're listening to Impending Doom. Hey, Arabian Bard, what's going on? Annika, dropping in for my break. First day at the new job. Let's go. Congratulations. Hi, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. I have a massive migraine. Oh, I'm sorry. Can't wait to go home. Have a good art stream. I definitely will. Galen, good to see you. Messaged me on Insta. Okay, I will get in there. I'm not on there very often, but thanks for letting me know. That way I don't find it later and feel like I ignored you on accident. Yadira, hello, hello. Was planning on crocheting during the art. Please do. Can't think of a better name. All right. Yes, I think Jeremy Fowler's getting into some After the Burial. Dude, my favorite After the Burial song is Rare Form. That bass line in the beginning is just so sweet. Nothing says happy moon like impending doom. I feel that, Ben. I tell you what. All right. Yeah, I think let's mix up some of that blue. We'll use a different brush, I guess. Oh, this one has 3 prongs on purpose. Okay, that's not what we want. I wanted it to be less of my back, you know? Anyways. All right, let's make up some accents for the water. Make it look like actual water, huh? Hopefully you can see good. Yeah, metal painting. But yeah, so when was the last time you did something novel? When was the last time you did something for the first time? If the answer is I can't remember, let's do something for the first time, all right? If the answer isn't really recently, let's do something for the first time. I promise you will not regret it. And the cool thing about doing something for the first time is you can kind of decide what you want to go out there and do. So you don't have to go outside of your comfort zone by someone else's standards, according to someone else's rules and regulations, right? You can decide exactly where, when, how, what you go outside of your comfort zone. And I highly recommend. This obviously isn't light enough. I keep putting more white into it. And this is in this manner, so your comfort zone does not get bigger unless we go outside of it. And maybe your comfort zone's exactly where you'd like it, and that's just fine. But I promise that we were put on this planet to connect with each other. None of us are truly alone, even though we probably all feel that way. So let's do something for the first time. Another cool thing about novel experiences is if you do something for the first time with someone else while they're doing something for the first time, that's a pretty bonding experience. I'm sure that there's some chemical biology stuff going on inside of our bodies when we do novel things together. I'm not satisfied with the shade of blue. It's going to be like an old Chinese painting. I don't know. Give me just a second to contemplate. Yeah, please hold on. Ha! Ha ha! I have made it too light, but we can just change it a little bit. I'm going to bust out some metallic silver. I'm going to put a drop in there and see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. These are so hard to unwrap. So hard to unwrap. I hurt my teeth a little bit. Wow, I like that color. So we're using this much silver now. Just a bit. Also, with acrylics, we're fighting time because all of this stuff is drying out. You can do a wet palette. I don't have any paper towels right now, and I'm lazy, and there's a million reasons why we're not doing a wet palette, but this stuff is drying as we speak, so it behooves me to put some skip in my step here. I'm going to put all of this silver in and see what happens. I'm going to put it all in there, and hopefully it turns into what I want it to. What I'm picturing in my mind is a grayer, more boring light blue. I mean, it's exciting to me, but it's definitely like on the scale of, it's a duller. A duller tint is what I'm going for here. Whip it like I whip my eggs. Aerate them. All right, I actually do like this a lot. I think that silver really gave it a gray sheen, which I don't know how much you can see that, hopefully a lot, which is really what I'm going for. And now I've thought at length about how I'm going to make these waves look and how I'm going to try and depict them. I did not come up with a good plan, so we're just going to pick one and run with it. And I think the one I'm picking is, I'm going to try and hold on a second. Now I need to think about what I was going to say because I don't actually know. I'm going to make little ripples all over the bottom of this page, and we're going to see how that looks. Okay, this is a lot better than what I was thinking. Okay, I was getting ahead of myself. I was putting steps together. I was like thinking about accenting, but also like this is a painting, not a drawing. I feel like that is too much right there. It's okay. I should have wiped my brush off a little bit, but we're gonna roll with it again. Just rolling with it. I'll just have to come back with some black or some dark blue, I guess, and we'll dry it then. Using my cloth here, my motorcycle bandana for my Harley. See, that's more what I wanted. I should have like glazed it or something a little, I think. It's all right. We have a big old blue spot on the left. That's okay. We'll live. It's not going to be the end of the painting, nor the world. I was terrible on the left, though. I'm super not happy about it. I don't know if you can tell. Learning as we go, learning as we go, learning as we go, as we go, as we go, as we go. It's drying pretty quick here, which is good, but I feel like I'm painting my my floor more than I'm actually painting the canvas with these strokes I'm trying to do here. I do like this V that's happening at the top. This like kind of, that's going to be good. That's all right for now. Maybe a little more here in this spot. It makes me sick. The sun goes down. So does she. And so does she. All right. I got paint on me, on my pants, on my rug, and on my floor. But we also have a nice, weird-looking blue base, or not. Well, yeah, I guess it's going to be a base for what we do next to it. But it's starting to look more like what we want. Not what I want, but what we want. You know, it's starting to get there. Just kidding. It is. It's all right. I'm struggling to accept what I've done to the water already. Can you tell? Well, I'm just getting paint on all kinds of stuff now. That's unfortunate. I do not want paint on this. Count your blessings. All right, this is just a painty thing now. Should have thought about that, huh? Good. All right. James Collin cares. What's going on? Welcome in. Kathy Ann. Hello. Kellyanne. Lori Driscoll. No mistakes, just happy accidents. That's right. I forget about that. I just had a bunch of happy accidents right there, but we're going to let that dry up a little bit. I'm going to make some shimmers. Not obviously, but I intend to go back and put some accents on stuff to make it actually look like waves. We're going to go back with some dark stuff as well to make shadows. on the moon as well as the waves. And I want to put a happy little lifeboat down there somewhere. And this is going to be the first Spanx Calhoun painting of all time. Jane Aldrich, what's going on? I'm going to go ahead and hit my vape off screen. I still don't feel like I should hit it on screen because it sends the wrong message or something. I don't know, but I'm still actively addicted to nicotine. I'm going to go over here and hit my vape for sure. For 100% sure. And you know, maybe we'll have some snacks and chat it up for a second, huh? Because I do have chips and dip. Oh, that reminds me, I should probably... Can I do this? Wow, I wish I had this much hair. Holy crap. Wow. Oh, sweet. Sweet deal. Sweet baby Jesus. Not even a day old. All right. Hell yeah, guys. Thanks for joining me on this painting extravaganza. I'm pretty excited. I'm so excited I skipped lunch. So we're going to have some chips and dip. Maybe away from the microphone, huh? I think I need more blue, even though I don't want it all blue. No, we'll just go back with black. It's fine. I wonder if I should do that or the moon. I know what I'll do. Yeah. Wow, wow, wow. It's one of my favorite bands of all time, Shadows Fall. They're one of those metal bands that doesn't scream all the time, and when they do scream, it's kind of like a hardcore half scream. It's not like a death metal voice. So you can understand their lyrics. Everybody can really understand their lyrics. It's a pretty good band, I have to say. Their guitar always impresses me. And this song, What Drives the Week, is the first the first solo I ever learned. I learned the intro solo to this song. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to put some shimmery reflection right here. I'm going to see how it looks. And this time, I think I'm going to try something different. Oh my gosh, I went way too wide on that. Wow, I'm so bad at this. It's okay. Excuse me. I think delicate strokes is probably more what I want here, and it's not what I'm doing. I'm doing wild, frantic strokes. Different strokes for different folks, I guess, huh? So I'm going to come back and smudge it up and lament this happy accidents over here on the side. And now I'm just kind of rubbing it in. Aggressively rubbing it in. Wow, that's not friggin' bad. I wish it was thinner, but it's a happy accident. Thanks for that reminder, Jeremy. I appreciate that. I'm actually pretty stoked, but again, that reflection is bigger than the moon itself. We can make the moon bigger. It's just going to crowd out the rest of it, but then there'll be less empty space at the top. So that's cool. Can you hear the drums? That is so not intended. Oh no, that's as quiet as it goes. There we go. There it is. Shadows Fall is going to be getting a check from me. Painting is just another way of keeping a diary. Pablo Picasso. I like that a lot. What's going on, Tommy Berg? Welcome in. Oh, the dip, Ben, is Mateo's hot and late July snacks, sea salt, thin and crispy tortilla chips. But I usually go with Juan Tonio's, but they were out. My DoorDasher or my Instacarter said this was the closest thing, and I guess I'll take his word for it. I tell you what, though, I can tell. Well, it's an interesting thought process. I usually will Instacart groceries for like the big trips because I can only carry so much on foot. So I'll get like 15 items because also I start to feel bad when I have someone else carrying all my groceries to me and stuff. I don't feel good about that. So I try to keep it to a certain amount. But when the store doesn't have the item that I want, often the Instacarter will like choose what they think is close to it. And I don't think there's been one time where I was like, that's what I would have chosen. And it's, I don't know. It's, I think I'm just different than other people where, different people look at the same stuff and see different things. It's perspective. We talk about perspective a lot. And, I look at things the way that I do because of X, Y, and Z. I don't know, just the places that I've been. This is my experience now. I kind of watch what I eat. I try not to have such a high sugar content because Lord knows I'm just going to eat a bunch of gummy bears later, and that's going to be way more sugar than I even need. And I'm getting sugar from a lot of sources in my diet, not just candy, right? So I've been trying to watch sugar, and people definitely don't understand. I don't know. Yeah, everyone sees everything differently. People don't understand that I'm picking stuff through like why I'm picking what I'm picking. They just look for something that looks different, similar, right? It's very curious, very, very curious. And I'm not judging. I'm super grateful that people are doing grocery shopping for me, right? Super grateful that I don't have to get 7 items at a time because that's how much I can carry in my backpack, so. But it's curious. I'm a thoughtful individual. I just think about stuff nonstop, like why people choose what they choose and stuff like that. Valerie Crawley, I say no substitutions. I'd rather go without. 100%, right? It's like I don't want to pay for some crap, especially when I'm watching what I'm eating on purpose. Like there's a whole, like it wasn't an arbitrary choice, right? I chose that for a reason. And often these days, most of my decisions are not arbitrary, right? when in the past I've made a lot of arbitrary decisions. Nothing really had meaning, but these days everything I do kind of has meaning. Questions from Mo Love. She still can't comment, question mark. We saw her in here the other day, did we not? Let me check on that right now. I am the Noise Opera. Where's my other window? Let's do it like this. She should be able to. So I'm going to go through the ban list live. I'm not going to show you guys, right? But you're going to see the amount of time it takes and exactly what goes into doing this. The way that YouTube has it set up is not very intelligent. There's no organization. When you add a name to it, it's randomly. Honestly, I think what happens is when you pull up the list, it just randomly populates all of the names that you have in there, right? So like they're in a random order every single time. So I have to go through I have to scroll through the names. There's no search function. And I'm scrolling. Interesting. There's some names in here that I did not put in here. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm looking at the wrong list, everyone. I was like, wait a second, this is wrong. Okay, here we go. And you kind of have to read every name too, at least skim it, right? If you're looking for someone. Man, bear, pig. Let's go. Half man, half bear, and half pig. Some of these names are pretty entertaining. Okay, I'm going to scroll faster. Sister Charlatan. Pat MC Crotch. All right, then. What a name. Quarter baked. Feeling a little tense here. Just relax. Sister Charlatan, nobody cares anymore. I no longer admire you. Wow, there are some foul names in here as well. Triple Whopper, let's go. They don't have that, do they? I don't think that's real. I'm going to make a shirt that says Grifter or something like that. Grifty McGrifterson, I'm not entirely sure. But we're going to make a Grifter shirt. Because I think it's hilarious. Hey, she is in here. Weird. She's not anymore. No owing $2. You're welcome to be here. No owing. Good to see you, Mo Love. I don't know why you were in there. I guess we had you in jail or something. Digital fake fantasy jail. That was not I don't know why you're in there. Yeah. Be free. Be free. Amazon does groceries, Lori? Okay. Okay. Absolutely. I am the Noise Opera. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I did just paint this ASAP, Lizzie. So when we started, I had pre-painted the background. It looks black, but it's a very, very dark blue. I may have gone a little too dark, but we're rolling with it. That's there's only happy little accidents, you know, as Bob Ross used to say. Rest in power, young man. And then we did the moon first thing, because that's kind of the centerpiece. And then I came through with some blue and had some happy accidents happen. And then we put some reflection down with the exact same moon color. I guess I'll just tint it blue later. There's a technique. I watched a 5-minute acrylic painting video, and there's this technique called glazing. And we're going to glaze the crap out of the water and the reflection and make it look more homogeneous. We're also going to blend it more, which I probably should have done while it was drying. Let's just try to do some now, huh? Where did the brush I was just using go? Is that this one? This big old one? I'm bad at this stroke. You want to be real light, but real consistent, I feel like. Or maybe big and swathing. I don't know. We're going to figure it out, though. Oh my gosh, no! I do kind of want it everywhere, though, I guess. Okay, that's looking more homogeneous. Homogeneous! Homogeneous! It's looking more homogeneous now. Wow, I do like that a lot more. Hey now. I'm tearing this brush up. I'm getting way too excited. Okay. Is there a silent part of this song? What's going on here? Can we just listen to that? Okay. Rick Spicer, what's going on? Add a pinkish color to the water between the yellow and blue to create a smoother transition. Interesting. I'm going to read that again for my retention. You know? I like that. You guys see that? Should I just let him live? I'm going to let him live. He can carry that poison back to his homies. I like cigars. I am the Noise Opera. I mean, at the end of the day, I think we're going to have to pick and choose what we are like. What am I trying to say? There are far worse things you could be doing to yourself, young man. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. So like show yourself some grace, right? But if we want to quit, let's move in the right direction. Let's not fart around about it, right? But at the same time, let's be kind to ourselves and show ourselves grace. We're only doing our best, There can't be more done than my best. So, I don't think that, yeah, man. I think that's good, honestly. I had more to say when we started, but now I'm like really thoughtful, and I'm gonna embrace it until I have something to say. Probably should clean the water here in a bit. I'm going to do some more stuff before we get to that. I think next we're going to do some blending like Mo is suggesting. I'm thinking I don't want to take your idea for a spin and then, I don't know. I guess I do want to take it for a spin. I'm having a hard time visualizing what you're describing though. Like it makes sense, but I don't know if I know how to implement. But we're going to go for it. You know what? We're going to go for it. I tell you what, I'm super grateful that I don't smoke anymore. I'm not doing this to rub it in your face or anything like that. But I just read, I've been feeling it a lot lately. ASAP Lizzie, I can relate with that so friggin' much because, man, stairs were starting to become my enemy. And I'm young, like I'm like 32. And this was at least 5 years ago when I started to notice this. And going up and down stairs was a difficult thing. And I thought to myself, this must be because I've been smoking cigarettes for 15 plus years, a pack a day. That's a long time. And I was feeling it. And I have to say, I wasn't sure about the vape switch, like switching to vaporizing nicotine. I wasn't sure that I was making I wasn't sure that was harm reduction. I wasn't sure that I was moving in the right direction. I thought I might have been picking a worse addiction. But I tell you what, stairs are no longer the bane of my existence, and I vape more than I smoked. So there is at least a health difference in how I'm feeling in my chest and in my lungs. 100%. Now, I do have interesting experiences and sensations in my heart, but I did smoke crack for a long time. I did a lot of cocaine. I've been drinking and smoking cigarettes for most of my life. So I don't know what the heart sensations is what we're going to call them are attributed to. But there's this voice in the back of my head that says, it has something to do with the vape. But regardless, that's just the part of me that's ever reaching for like betterment, right? That's just the part of me, that voice is the part of me that wants to do better every day, right? So I don't begrudge that at all. But I try not to get lost thinking about what I'm doing to myself and what I'm not doing to myself. I'm just doing what I can, right? And so whatever you can do, do it, right? Otherwise, we're doing okay. Life ain't so bad, right? Life ain't so bad. What is caping like? Oh, vaping. Vaping's like if your cigarette tasted like candy and it didn't weigh you down. Like, you know how when you smoke, you just kind of start to feel a little heavier. And I don't mean weight wise. I just mean like it. I always felt kind of weighed down by all the cigarettes I was smoking. And I don't feel that way with vaping. It does hit you right in the face. It's a pretty strong dose of nicotine, so that you end up becoming kind of desensitized to it. Like I'll sit here and I'll puff on this thing until I get a headache. Like sometimes I don't even realizing that I'm hitting it, and that's probably not, that can't be good for my health, right? But it's like hitting a cigarette. That it's like less though. It's less of it. I found when I switched that I was addicted to the chemicals in the cigarettes. It wasn't just tobacco, right? Even when I would get organic, nice tobacco, it would feel different. It wouldn't scratch the same itch that Marlboro Reds would scratch, right? Or something to that effect. And I realized that, I was addicted to more than just nicotine or tobacco. So it's straight up nicotine. You're not getting any weird mixes. So there's that. But the ability to just straight up intake nicotine goes through the roof, right? So there's some trade-offs. But again, I mean, my main win, I think, is that I no longer am opposed to going up and down stairs, right? It no longer really taxes me. I don't feel like I'm aging prematurely anymore. So yeah, cigarettes here cost not quite $16 a pack, but they are getting pretty darn close to 15. So they're only going, everything's pretty much going up in cost. And the stuff that's considered a luxury, like cigarettes and alcohol and gambling and like all the sin tax stuff, all of that stuff's going to be taxed heavier for sure. As a rule, I would imagine. See how that blue I put on after blending the shimmer color is like, you can tell the difference between the blended stuff and the not blended stuff. That kind of shows you viscerally, like black and white difference. You can tell the difference by looking at that, because the bottom part I blended with the reflection of the moon, and the stuff like the V that I was trying to put in there, I did not blend that. So it's quite a contrast when you have them right next to each other. Price means nothing when you're an addict. I think those are very intelligent words. And not just in the monetary sense. Think about that. The cost, meaning not only am I paying for this with money, but I'm going to be paying for this with my health right now, later on, down the line, with my mental health, my physical health. And, I'm also going to be paying for it in a sense that I'm not going to be dealing with anything going on in my life right now. Anything that needs addressing is not going to be addressed. When there's an addiction involved, my addiction takes precedence, right? So I'm paying for my addiction in many ways. In a lot of ways I take for granted, right? A lot of ways that I don't take the time to really consider or understand. 100%. Who said that? That was awesome. That was very prolific. Mary Clemmer, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate you. Welcome in. I don't know if I've ever said hello to you, but I really appreciate that comment so much. The raised bits on the sides could be mountains in the background reflecting some of the moonlight or clouds. Interesting. They could be. They could be. I could also blend them in. I just wanted it to look like more of a horizon, I guess. I mean, really, I need the sky to meet the water. And the sky is going to be dark, but not that dark. We do need some red, though. We don't have any red at all. I think Mo's right. I think we blend with a very light shade of red. Also, and that will make a nice. Let me think for a second. No, I think on the water. I don't think between the sky and the water. I think that I need to decide what I'm going to do with the sky palette first. If I leave it black, I think it's going to be a different color. But I think that like a very light pink could totally blend because it's going to become partly this creamy color and partly the blue as well, right? It's going to become some sort of a purpley, blendy color. We're going to call it a blendy color. But I think that it's going to take on aspects of the two things next to it, and I think it was going to work really well. I think I'm now visualizing. I just have to see it with my mind's eye, with my third eye, I think. So I really appreciate you, Mo. Glad you're here. All right, let's get this other side of the palette. Let me get some red in here. Okay. And I wonder, I guess we won't use the cream. We'll use more white because we want the cream to maintain its creaminess. I will need more paintbrushes. I don't know if I want to use that one. Maybe I'll use this 3-pronger. I wonder what its purpose is. Got a nice healthy dollop of red and putting it into the white. I don't know if that was the wisest direction to mix, but hey, I landed pretty friggin' close to what I was trying to make, so I think that's going to work just fine. I could lighten that up a little bit more, but that is pink. That's like pink starburst pink. It makes me want to eat it, but it's paint, so don't eat it. Don't eat it. Quick sound. My other side is not as uniform as I'd like it, but it's also, I'm trying to make it non-uniform, but like, this is definitely an exercise in like dichotomies. Just like a bunch of stuff. I want it to be balanced yet unbalanced. I want it to be blended but not too blended. I want it to be like spontaneous and organic. Where is that? There's like a tiny bit of like red coming out. I wonder, was it not mixed enough? Ooh, there was some red on the bottom still. Happy mistakes all around. Happy little mistakes all around. I went too far over on the right, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I think there was a wide swath there that only really needed to be a shimmer, but that's okay. Happy little mistake. And I'm gonna glaze it all with like a creamy, very light, like sky blue, I think, to bring it back to like a cooler palette. I mean, it's already a pretty cool palette, but I want it to like overarchingly, even though we have some pink in there, I want it to be cool AF. Cool as in like a cool color groups, right? Like blue, green, lighter, cooler. That's not friggin' terrible. I tell you what, this side is how I wanted it. The other side is whatever. It is what it is. We're learning. Huh. Very thought-provoking. Yeah, you know, I might just call it here and come back tomorrow and reassess it because we got to add a boat. We need to add some accents. And we need to do the sky. So maybe we'll just call this a part one, huh? What do you guys think? I'll tell you what, that was fun. Hit that like, subscribe, and the bell for notifications if you like what we do here. It certainly makes a difference. Thanks for being here for art stream numero uno. I am pretty excited to finish this one up, I tell you what. Keep my water horizontal so it doesn't run off the canvas. Interesting. Yeah, it's my new hair, my other's keeper. I tied it up so it wasn't in my face. It was quite wild before that. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful day. Yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. Give me suggestions, thoughts, comments, whatever, questions. Much love, everyone.